Hi, welcome back to Pure Project Tools. In the previous video, we showed you how to create and get up and running with a simple organization and a simple project. We're going to continue on from that series. So we have Bob, the owner of Smith Homes, who's creating a project portfolio to manage his various projects. So he's got construction projects going on in two neighborhoods, Summerside and Trickle Creek. Quickly you can see just from the dashboard that there's various projects going on. You can quickly see the state. So the blue is in progress, gray is that it hasn't started yet, and red is that something's either behind schedule or not going well. So we can quickly take a look at this red one, 123 Mountain View Drive, and you see on the dashboard it says there's one overdue milestone. So if we take a look at it and we go to the milestones, you can see that this milestone is supposed to be completed August 14th, and none of these tasks have been completed yet. So even if we mark one as being in progress, you can see the completion updates, but because we haven't completed both of them, the project still marked as red. If we finish both of these tasks, when we go back to the dashboard, we'll see that that project's no longer red. All the tasks of that milestone have been completed, and there aren't any milestones planned, so it goes to gray. We can go ahead and look at the milestones, and we can see that, okay, the foundation was poured. The next milestone is probably framing. And we'll say framing usually takes about a month, but we'll give them 15 days. And you can see that now we have a new milestone for framing. So foundation's done. We don't need to worry about that. We can start adding tasks to framing. Say it takes about a week to frame the first floor. We'll make it part of the framing milestone, and we'll assign it to Bob, the owner. We can add a second milestone, or a second task to this milestone. And you'll see we didn't select the milestone as part of it, so it goes in as unscheduled tasks. We've built the software so you can drag and drop things wherever you want. Let's say, oh no, I don't want it to be part of this milestone, you can move it around. And again, as you move it, you can see that it updates status because this milestone is supposed to be completed, and there's now a task that hasn't been completed. And that's part of the goal, is when you update the status here, it'll bubble up into the higher level dashboard so you can see the status of multiple projects without having to drill down and create reports for each one. So we'll say that the first floor is framed and the second one's not, which will mean that this project's now in progress. You can see we create a couple other projects. We have the ability to archive projects. So, for example, let's say you're finished this project, you don't want it on your dashboard, you can move it over to the archive projects. And now it's not on your dashboard, but you don't lose all the information there. One of the other features you'll see is that you can quickly look at where the tasks are. So, okay, you can see we're building a foundation, we have framing going on. You can quickly see on the calendar, okay, framing, you have one of the two tasks completed, and they'll take about 40 hours. Going back to the tasks, if you look at this example that we set up, there's several different views you can have. So you have the milestone view that you saw earlier, where you can have several tasks, how you can add tasks. We also have a task view, so you can see what tasks are on the project, what their status is, what their priority is. If you want to change your priority, say, oh no, this is high priority now, you can update that. You can assign it to different users, so they know that when they log in, they see what tasks they have to complete. There's also a budgeting feature, so you can go ahead and you can allocate a budget. Let's say for building this house we have $200,000 to budget it. And then we can say digging the hole for the basement. And if it cost us $10,000, and you can choose what date that was on, maybe it was on August 8th. You can now see that you have a debit of $10,000 against your initial budget, and your budget remaining is $190,000. So you can use this to help track the budgets on the projects you're working on. One of the other features that we have here is you can create components. So perhaps you're working on a project that has multiple components. Um, you can add one. So one might be perhaps the roof needs to be assembled, and that's part of the framing stage. You can then go ahead and add it. You can add a task. To order the truss. You can add a task to assemble. And now you can track the progress. Maybe you've ordered them. You can track the progress of how each component is being completed. Another feature that we have is you can add decision logs to your project. For example, maybe the owner wants to know, or maybe someone on the project is wondering how far to set the house back on the lot. And perhaps there's a power line and that's why they can't dig the basement. So forth. Well, you can go ahead and you can look at it and someone else, or you can add it. You can say, no, this house is supposed to be 20 feet from the road. And you're like, okay, Bob, the owner, told us it has to be 20 feet from the road. He marks that as a decision. We know that that's a decision that's been made on this project. We also have the ability to add wiki pages, or you can upload documents if you have blueprints, if you have spreadsheets, Excel files, whatever it is, you can upload them. You can also create wiki pages where you can go ahead and quickly add content so people that work on this can know, or you can leave notes for people, that kind of thing. And again, we have a summary, so you can see how many tasks that are active right now are in progress, how many are new, what's the priority. We have one high priority, one normal priority, who they're assigned to, what the upcoming milestones are, and that kind of information. Again, it all boils back to your dashboard so you can quickly see which projects are going ahead normally and which ones are in trouble and might need some attention. So that's been a quick overview of some of the features that are inside Pure Project Tools, so please stay tuned for more videos.